Let's welcome in former federal prosecutor Doug Burns and author and director of the research for the Government Accountability Institute, Seamus Bruner. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
Seamus, we have U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi, FBI Director Kash Patel, who will push forth President Trump's America First agenda. These are some two good first steps, two good MAGA team leaders, Avengers, to clean out that deep state once and for all. What do you think?
Yeah, Lidia, it's great to see you. This is a knockout duo, Kash and Pam Bondi. They are wonderful picks by Donald Trump. So glad they got in. The weaponization of our government under the DOJ and FBI of previous administrations is out of control, and it stops right now. I mean, think about it. The FBI, they raided Mar-a-Lago. That was totally politicized. They put Catholics on these internal memos saying that they were extremists using anti-terrorism, counterterrorism tools to go after Catholics and then parents at school board meetings. I mean, the list goes on. And so Kash, he's going to put an end to that. And Pam Bondi is going to refocus the DOJ to going after violent crime, not political correctness crime.
You know, Doug, one of the biggest outspoken critics of Kash Patel has been Adam Schiff. What do you think? Should he be afraid?
Well, I mean, I think that tells you a lot. Obviously, I think he's very, very concerned. He's done a lot of stuff. I mean, he's a graduate of Harvard Law School. I'm a lawyer 39 years, and I'm watching some of the things he's doing, which in my view are, completely and totally unethical and so on. He said over and over that there was clear evidence that, he had reviewed showing the Russia collusion. Completely false. Very little accountability, news cycle to news cycle for that. And I could give you 10 other examples. So they're extremely concerned. But back on the merits, I think this is going to be a very good FBI director. The political part of the FBI went completely amok. The organization itself is great. I worked with them every day for 9 years. Line agents doing real cases to draw that same distinction as my colleague. So I think he's going to be very strong.
I was in the anchor chair when Kash Patel was being sworn in, and I loved what he said after he was sworn in. Part of the speech, he said, "Yeah, if you ever doubted that there was an American dream, all you have to do is look at me." He's a first-generation Indian. His parents came here with very little, and look at him now. He's leading the FBI. He wants to bring back the FBI to its glory, because I think, Seamus, a lot of people lost faith in the FBI. He also wants to take the agents out of the buildings, put them back in the field offices, about 1,500 agents. What do you think about this plan about putting the agents back out into the communities?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the reason D.C. is a swamp is because it's just favor trading, and you get cozy with media people. There was an inspector general report that came out a couple of years ago saying that FBI agents were going to baseball games courtesy of various journalists, so-called journalists. And so, yeah, getting them out of the swamp back into the field is a great move. And things like that. I mean, all of the power is concentrated in D.C., and we need to spread it out.
Doug, Kash Patel also took the opportunity to call out the fake news that has continuously tried to defame him. It's just unbelievable. Take a listen.
Look, I know the media's in here, and if you have a target, that target's right here. It's not the men and women at the FBI. You've written everything you possibly can about me that's fake, malicious, slanderous, and defamatory. Keep it coming. Bring it on. But leave the men and women of the FBI out of it. They deserve better.
Doug, what do you think about that?
No, when the left is ideologically opposed to somebody like him, they will just smear them all day long. That's what they did. This man was a federal prosecutor, a federal defense attorney, a high-ranking Department of Justice official. And if they liked his policies, they'd be singing his praises. That's the bottom line on all the hypocrisy.
We are now another step closer to clearing out the deep state, that the left wants to tell you doesn't even exist, Seamus, as President Trump has directed his Department of Justice to fire all remaining Biden-era U.S. attorneys, saying, quote, "We must clean house immediately and restore confidence. America's golden age must have a fair justice system." Seamus, we have seen the stark difference between the administrations. What do you hope to see from this cleaning out of so much corruption? Because that's what we're seeing here, corruption.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and plug Cash's book. You must read Government Gangsters. It's a great book. And in Government Gangsters, Cash lists dozens of various officials, former officials, then current officials, and still people who are embedded within the deep state that need to be flushed out. We've got a report at the Government Accountability Institute coming out where we build on that list. We have over 100 names of people who have security clearances. Security clearances, I did a piece with Peter Schweizer in the New York Post about how security clearances are a way to get rich for a lot of these deep staters. Donald Trump has already yanked the security clearances of some of the bad apples, but there are a lot more that need to be taken away.
Wow, I had no idea that you could make money off of a security clearance. Like all of those FBI, those agents, all this that they said that the Hunter Biden laptop was fake, Doug?
Oh, yeah, and there's no question about it. I mean, Seamus makes a great point. I mean, there's a lot of misincentivizations in terms of the revolving door of government. I mean, you have the former president and vice president signing with a Hollywood talent agency. Is that what you really want? I mean, you know, so he's right. I agree.
Yeah, Kamala Harris, did she get a Hollywood agent too? Maybe she could, she did, right? She could parlay her word salad into who knows what else. What do you think is next, Seamus? We got about a minute left for Kamala Harris. There's even talk about her running for, I know it's funny, to run for governor of California. What do you think? What's next?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting, Kamala who? I wasn't expecting this question. I don't think there's a more irrelevant person in politics than Kamala Harris. I mean, I think she'll probably end up with some speaking gigs. They won't be anything like, let's say, the Clinton speaking gigs, you know, in the tens of thousands, not the hundreds. And I guess maybe a documentary that nobody watches.
Unburdened by what could have been. Doug Burns, Seamus Bruner, thank you both.
My pleasure.
Thanks, Lidia.
President Trump, he keeps on winning, and the American people are clearly loving it. That's next.